What's up guys? In for a review, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet on 4K Blu-ray. I won't be reviewing the movie, I'm just going to share my thoughts on the video and audio quality. But before we get into it, if you're a movie fan or a home theater fan, hit the subscribe button for new weekly videos on the highest quality movies at home and new home theater tech. Okay, let's talk some tech specs. The movie's animated. It's got a 2K DI. Runtime is 111 minutes. It's rated PG. Aspect ratio is 239:1, so there will be black bars when you're watching it back on your television. On to the image quality. So I've read that this has got some stellar reference video. Huh? I think this looked just like the last one. Now there are certain movies that have a 2K digital intermediate that look like they have 4K DIs. This one clearly looked like a 2K DI. It wasn't 4K sharp and definitely not up there with the best animated movies out there. Resolution wise, if you've been keeping an eye on the channel, you may know that we've gotten a slight upgrade to our 4K review display. Link up top if you missed the review. So I was hoping for a 4K visual treat for the new projector, but was greeted with what I thought was a very good looking Blu-ray. There is softness throughout the entire duration, which I wasn't expecting since this was straight digitally created. Edges weren't as crisply defined as some other animated 4K titles. I felt it was just average. Details were marginally better than the standard Blu-ray, with a slightly cleaner, smoother appearance. HDR does bring some richer gradational hues to every color. The color palette is a bit more vibrant with some bright spectral highlights. The bold greens in Chapter 4 should satisfy HDR fans, and that explosion is a real eye-opener. Black levels were decent for the most part, but I felt there could have been some better contrast, which would have made the image pop a bit more. I suppose turning on the contrast enhancer on my display would have helped, but then that would have been cheating. Audio was done in Dolby Atmos, and I feel this is another flawed Disney mix. I recently upgraded to a new audio system, and this movie made me go and recheck my settings to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I also read some reviews that said this was a reference Atmos mix too. What? Dynamics were lacking along with the bass response. There's some low-end extension, but it's missing in that mid-bass region. Again, I could have just bumped up the subwoofers, but I kept it at my measured settings. Now there are some decent Atmos effects that do pop up. The arcade owner's voice in Chapter 2 sounded cool when it popped up in the upper right channel, and the car race in Chapter 7 had some good front-to-back movement. Dialogue sounded fine, but you may have to turn up the volume a little bit more than you normally would. So for audio, I'm gonna go with a 7. This had some great potential for a killer mix, but the lack of dynamics just made it ordinary. For video, I'm gonna go with a 7.5. This is pretty much the same experience I had with the first movie. If you were expecting an animated 4K extravaganza, I'd look elsewhere. Yes, it's better than a 1080p Blu-ray, but it's not a night and day difference. Now, if you're a Wreck-It Ralph fan, I'll leave a link for the movie down below in the description if you want to pick it up. It does help out the channel by using those links, which helps us bring you more content like this. Leave us a comment down below and let us know how you felt about this transfer. Check us out on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content and giveaways, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.